Kev, we're now back for pre-season this year. Can you just tell us a little bit from your side of things of what goes on?
Yeah, so a little bit different this season, I guess. The lads obviously had quite a short off-season after the disappointment of the Grimsby game. So following that game, we sort of gave the players 10 days off just to refresh mentally and physically. Following that, they all had their off-season programme, which was gym-based and running-based, just to keep a nice CV and strength platform for them for coming back into us in pre-season. I think first of all we got to give big credit to all the players. They've all come back in really good shape, which is really promising for us for the season. It allows us to sort of set our standards for where we wanted to be, and credit to them, they've come back exactly where we want them to be. So sort of the first 2 days of pre-season, we split the group in half. And then some physical testing with them, starting in the gym, looking at lower limb strength, various tests in there. I won't go into that in too much detail, but a number of tests in there, and then a number of pitch-based testing as well, just to get looking at the likes of their max speed, their agility tests, and just to get an overall view of where they are, and the condition that they're coming back in pre-season. Also a lot of other things, sort of like body fats. We have a lot of young players looking at their maturation status, have they shot up over a couple of weeks off. Obviously that has an impact on their training loads and where we are in terms of risk with them. And yeah, it just gives us an overall view and lets us get some baselines for where the players are in terms of their strength, in terms of their fitness, and it highlights any asymmetries that they may have, or anything that we can identify as a risk of injury that we can then implement in the loading during the season. And also in any rehab plan should they get injured, and also allows us to put some preventative remedial work into the players as well, to try and get these players robust and get them through the following season.
And just how important is that work in terms of preparing the players for the regular season?
Yeah, everything we do now is really important for the players throughout the season. Obviously last season was a long season. We sort of had a little bit around Christmas with COVID that impacted in terms of playing games on our schedule. So this season hopefully we'll be back to normal. This gets a good baseline in for the players. It lets us set their programs, and then we can build on that moving forward. It's vital that we have this information, and then we can discuss with the manager in terms of training load. Working with the manager and his coaching staff has been really good. They've been really accommodating, let us get the fitness work that we need to get into them. But at the same time, we got to remember that the players are here to play football, so we got to make sure that we work in combination with that and give the coaches enough time to work with the players tactically, how we want to play, the philosophy. And we know how the manager wants to play. We're a high pressing team. We want to be energetic. We want to be robust. And this fitness work that we're doing now will progress the whole way through the season to make sure that coming towards the middle of the season and end of the season that the players are robust, and that we are injury free as much as possible and have as much squad availability, and give the manager a dilemma to have a full squad to pick for by having high availability.
You've sort of alluded to it there, but as medical and sports science staff, what kind of things are you looking for in these early sessions from the players?
Yeah, again, just we alluded to it earlier in the conversation, just looking at their general fitness. We want to make sure that they're at the level where we can build on and they can progress throughout the duration of the season. We want to make sure that they're able to withstand the load that we're going to put through them. But the main thing for us as a sports science and medical team is making sure that the players are robust. We've got a short sort of pre-season. We started our testing last week. We had a good week so far on the pitch. This week we will have a good week next week with our first game against Nantwich, where the majority of players will get a 45-minute run out before we head off to Spain. When we get to Spain, it will be a crucial week with a lot of double sessions, both fitness and tactical based. So that is when we'll see the majority of the squad sort of come together, and we can get a lot of work and a lot of a body of our work done out there. So pretty important couple of weeks, yeah.
Now, things have changed a lot behind the scenes in the last 18 months. Just how pleasing has that been for you to see the improvement?
Yeah, I think everyone will agree the whole way across the club we've probably seen a lot of changes, not just in sports science and medical, but obviously in media, in commercial. I think first thing I need to say is thank you to the owners and the board, and all the directors who, when I come in, have backed me fully in terms of what I was asked to do. We've got a lot of new staff, which was important. So we got new medical staff in terms of physio, sports rehab, sports science, which helps us with the players on a daily basis. But not just that, they've backed, if you look around the stadium today, and there's a lot of building work going on both inside and outside the stadium, with a new treatment room that we're putting in, with a new rehab and performance gym that we're putting in upstairs, and these are all key crucial ingredients that will help our players, obviously on a day-to-day basis, before matches, after matches, recovery, and it's just up the standards around the club. And I think that everything we've done, the fans will see the evidence of it on the pitch in this coming season, and hopefully we can give them sort of a good season. But yeah, the board have been brilliant, and the owners have been brilliant, so can't thank them enough for everything they've done for us. In terms of our department, has been brilliant.
And just finally, what's your overall aim for the next 12 months?
I think it's the same the whole way through the club, isn't it? I think you ask anyone at the club, they will say our number one aim this year is promotion. Everything we're doing in terms of behind the scenes, and prepping the players, our staff, our facilities, the stadium upgrades, training upgrades, is to put the team in that position to be fully supported from every area. And again, I'm going to say that's from sports science and medicine, it's from commercial, it's from fans, it's from the 7,000 season tickets that we've sold. I think everybody wants to get behind these 11, not just 11 players on the pitch, the substitutes, the subs as well on the bench, and the manager. And I'm sure that everybody at the club is going to give everything that we can to get the club promoted this year. And our medical sports science department is just a small area of that. But I can assure you that everyone in our department will be doing 100%, not just in our department to help, but even outside of our department, and helping other people in the club in their roles. That it's important that as a team we're all one big team, and we're all pushing in the one direction to get back into the Football League.